Hey guys, how you doing? Here at Philadelphia Airport, and you're wondering why I am in Philadelphia Airport. Well, plain and simply, I bought a car. So I flew up from West Palm Beach with the little lady, and for have a little company on the way down, and then I'm gonna go ahead and pick it up, drive it all the way down from Horsham, Pennsylvania, all the way down to West Palm Beach, Florida. So I'm gonna show you the car. I'm sure a lot of you have guessed which car it is, but I'm not gonna say too much until we get there. So right now I'm waiting for my bags to come off of the terminal, then I'll get an Uber, then I'll make my way to the car, show you the car, and then we'll get on the road. Like old school style. Touch up paint. Water for you guys, because I don't know. Yeah, we'll need it for sure. Thank you. Okay, even better. Alright guys, so we're here. I told you guys I was going to buy a car. I didn't tell you what car I was going to buy. I took video at the airport telling you I'm in Pennsylvania to buy a car. And funny story, I was talking about ZR1s. Okay, so we're talking about ZR1s on the live stream, and Mr. Daniel Curry hit me up just on a whim, like, what made you go, let's see if this guy might be interested in a ZR1? Did you just throw it out there to see what the deal was?
Yeah, it was time for me to move on from the car, and I knew you were shopping, so I said, you know what, let's see if he's interested in what I have. And I think it would be the perfect car for you. It's perfect condition, stock. It's a driver's car.
Yeah.
So it was just good timing. You mentioned it at the same time I was considering selling.
Yeah, and it was interesting because it just came up in my email, and I'm just like, that's exactly the car I want. Shit. So we worked out a deal after some financing fell through on one end and then on another end, and then the other guy, the other financier, here you go, here's money, and everything worked out super nice. So I really want to thank you, sir. I appreciate you for the great deal. Guys, it was a great deal. I'm not going to tell you the price because you guys pocket watch a little too much, but it was a great deal. I couldn't find anything in the country that was touching what he was selling it to me for, and then I'll give you details about it once I get it home and everything. But thanks again, I appreciate it, sir. I'm gonna get out of your hair. Thanks for holding it for me for a little bit, even though you said you had people interested before. You said were people just kind of tire kicking?
Lots of tire kickers. I still get text messages from people who keeps changing their offers. We did an exclusive offer. They would keep coming in with, like, they'd offer me a number, I'd say no, then they keep upping and upping, and then they get annoyed that I'm not answering their text messages.
Like, see you later.
All right, you missed your chance.
Yeah, so. You said a price. I didn't haggle.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds about right. Got financing after some back and forth, and we were able to get it done. So, all right, I'm gonna get out of your hair. I'm gonna drive it back to West Palm Beach. Gonna take my time. It is a very pretty car. I'll give you guys a quick run through the car once we stop to get some gas somewhere, and we'll make our way down to West Palm. Okay, so I picked up the ZR1 from Mr. Curry, and my first impressions after driving it about 100 miles is a couple of things. Torque. This thing has torque, and you don't really realize it until you're in 6th gear, 65 miles an hour, and you just jam it to the floor, and it pulls not just okay, it pulls pretty damn hard, and you realize, that's what 6 liters of supercharged 3,200 pound car feels like. So that is really nice. You don't really have to give it a lot of gas to get around people. Downshifting is not necessary. Whereas a Coyote, you're gonna have to downshift just to get going, but the Coyote makes a lot of power up top. This one kind of stays flat up until about 6,000 RPMs based on the pulley size, based on the pump gas, the power adder, the whole 9 yards. The other thing is, it's really comfortable. Now, I have never been in a C6 Corvette, and the moment I sat in this one, I thought, man, this thing sits low to the ground, but it has a ton of headroom. Okay, I'm not a small guy, and it has a ton of headroom, and it hugs you. Like, it legitimately hugs you. The seats hug you. I've been in a C7, and that was a very comfortable car. I've been in a C7 C06 back when I first started working with Lund, and it hugs you. The whole compartment hugs you, and I get a similar feeling, not as much, in this one. Elbow position is good, steering position is good. I love the heads-up display. Chevy did a really good job. You can't see it here, but at nighttime, I'll show you, but right straight ahead, there's a little heads-up display that's adjustable with these knobs. It has a nice Pioneer head unit that's touchscreen, that's super badass. And one more thing it has is an adjustable exhaust via a remote. Yes, the gentleman, I'm not going to show you right now because I'll crash, but the gentleman upgraded I think, or activated the little butterflies that activate the other exhaust, or the straight through exhaust, controllable. So you can have it on all the time or quiet all the time, and then it starts to sing once you downshift. And I'll show you some of that in another video when I give you the complete rundown of the video. But I wanted to get you guys my first impressions of my ZR1 as I go. So I'm in Pennsylvania now, still trucking along, so I'll try to make my way closer down to Florida, then I'll pick up the camera and give you another little snippet. Okay, thank you. Because then it looks like I'm someone important, and I'm not. So we stopped in Virginia. We're in Virginia. It's I have not gotten banged by my cousin yet, so that's a plus in Virginia. The car's running really good. The car, one thing I noticed about the car, first of all, it is really low to the ground. Like, guys, I'm 5'11", and this is at my chest. This is at my eye level. Okay, so the car is super low, so you don't really realize it when you're in it, but the car sits super low. The other thing I noticed is no matter how good of an AC you got, this dash gets stupid hot. I'm saying, I understand why a lot of the Corvette guys have this thing here and it curls up on them. It gets stupid hot. But stop to get to 93, get some food, get back on the road. 469 for 93, where it's 5 something down by me. So all right, let's get some food, get back on the road. All right, so the getting in procedure, I'll try to keep my girlfriend out of it. So again, guys, this car is very low, and it's literally 1 foot, plop in and get in there. So one thing we learned really quickly is do not put anything in here. Oh my God, this thing was 1,000 degrees. I took my phone out of there. Guys, I thought my phone was gonna melt. It actually gave a hot battery warning. So be forewarned, if you put anything in this compartment, ain't gonna be hot. All right, let's get back on the road. So you might be asking, why is there a sweater on the dash? Well, when it's really bright and sunny out, the sun, maybe the dash has been shined a little too much, or maybe that's just how it is, but I couldn't see a damn thing out of this windshield. All I see is the glare from the dash up, and I couldn't see signs or anything. So we threw up a sweater on this. So that's another thing I noticed. Just little tips and quirks. I'm not complaining, just kind of letting you know that you don't understand how the thought process is on modern cars for little things like that. The aesthetic features of a vehicle, where the Mustang doesn't have this issue, but this one does, because the glare was so bad that all I could see was the dash reflecting back on the backside of the glass, and I couldn't see exit numbers or anything. So yep, keep on chugging. I'm getting about 22 miles a gallon. I can't see it that well because that's covering the sensor that's allowing me to see this, but 22 miles a gallon or so. And we're in Virginia still. Okay, so I've made a 1,200 mile trip in my new to me ZR1, filling up with $5.93 from Shell. So drove it from Pennsylvania, the Horsham area, all the way down to West Palm Beach. It was 1,200 miles. I think I stopped 6 times for gas, about 50 bucks each time or so. Not because it was empty, it's just stretch and stuff and take my time. Total miles, 1,200 miles, and it averaged 22 miles per gallon. And it's been a pretty comfortable ride. Obviously, anything this small, this tight, this compact, this low to the ground is gonna be super comfortable, but for what it is, it was actually pretty damn good. So I'll wrap up the trip video, And then the next time you'll see me is probably tomorrow morning, but to you it'll be like a second or two, and I'll give you a rundown of the car, show you what's going on, and then incrementally we'll start showing you more videos, 60 to 130, dyno videos, whatever you got going on. But here she is, the new to me 2009 ZR1. Okay, after 1200, I don't know if you can see that, but after 1225 miles, I'm finally home. Now, this isn't going to be a performance video. It's going to be kind of a run through and my impressions of overall of this car after I've driven it literally 20 hours or 19 hours from Pennsylvania to Florida. So a couple of things. Very easy to drive. Like, there is no drama, there is nothing special. You kind of have to know with this car, no tips, tricks, quirks, or anything like that. Anyone that knows how to drive a manual can easily get in this car and drive it pretty damn well. Torque, talked about that before. Torque. Something that I understand now I understand that Chevy guys, supercharged Chevy guys, talk about. Where's the torque? Every time they see a Coyote graph, they go, where's the torque? Where's the torque? Well, this thing in 6th gear, you just give it some gas to pass somebody, and it's like the hand of God pushes you. Not that it has ungodly amount of torque, but it has enough torque to make you go, wow, I don't have to downshift literally ever. You can be going 65, put it to the wood, and be up to 90 and 100 really quickly in 6th gear. That's why I think it gets really good gas mileage. The gearing is favorable, the power curve is favorable, the weight of the vehicle is favorable. So all of that combined makes it really nice to not really have to downshift all that much to pass people on the highway. Impressions of how you fit in the car. You fit really nice. I'm 5'11", over 230, and I fit really nicely in this car. I don't feel like I am too big for the car. I don't feel the car has features that aren't, you know, attainable for many, like in terms of size. Also, all of the controls are within arm's length. Now, obviously, different kind of car. This is not comparable, in my opinion, to a Mustang. This is more comparable to something, you know, higher end, like a Porsche or what have you. All the controls are within hand's reach. If you notice on the Mustang, sometimes you got to reach over and, you know, turn on the, you know, the AC, and you kind of have to reach. No, there's no reaching here. Everything is right here. All the controls are easy to read. The heated seats. It has an aftermarket Pioneer radio, talked about that, real easy to reach. But also the heads-up display. The heads-up display is 100% adjustable here. It has different ways of viewing the heads-up display. It has a track mode, a sweep, a boost gauge, all integrated into that. Let me see if that comes up when I put it in accessory mode. Yeah, so I'm not sure if you can make that out, but let me see if I can make this a little more streamlined so that you might be able to see the heads-up display like I see the heads-up display. Is there a brightness? Let me see, plus, yes. So right there, that heads-up display, and actually you can bring it up and down with this arrow. Bring it up and down based on your line of, you know, line of vision or whatever. I wonder if that lizard's gonna do push-ups again up there. And so I like it right around there, right? So you can see the mode. This is track mode 2, and that's what it looks like. It looks like a Knight Rider sweep on the RPM. Street mode is just mile an hour and RPM. Track mode 1 is boost, lateral G, and mile an hour and tachometer. Track mode 2 was the one I showed before. There's a little sweep, so it's pretty neat. Something you can control 100% of the mode, the pitch, and the brightness. This is, I believe, yeah, this I believe is the brightness. You don't need to have it really bright at night. It kind of sticks out, but in the daytime, obviously, you're gonna have it turned up some. Collapse this guy a little bit. Oh, what the hell did I just do? Oh, it's upside down. That's right. Okay. Okay. So everything over here controls the very basic info center. Trip, odometer, mileage, fuel pressure of the tires, blah blah blah. Everything is here, but again, everything is within reach. Everything is super easy. The cruise control, press it in, and then faster, and just push the button to slow it down 1 mile an hour. 1 push equals 1 mile an hour. Radio controls actually work. I have not tried the phone system yet, but we received a bunch of phone calls through this aftermarket head unit, and it worked. It's all integrated really nicely. Now, as a stick car guy, shifter position and feel are probably one of the more important things to worry about. Absolutely perfect. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's absolutely perfect. The clutch feel, how everything feels, the shifts, I don't think this needs a Billy Badass aftermarket shifter. I've always preferred a stock type shifter, maybe something with a little more positive. I don't know if Barton sells this. I'm not putting an MGW in any of my vehicles, no offense to them. I'm just not a fan of their design. So this guy right here, I'll probably just keep it stock unless I start to see issues with it. Visibility, very good, but this dash will glare like a mofo up here. So when you're driving and the sun is anywhere, you will see most of this dash up on this. Then we go to the back. There is no visibility back there. If you have a toddler, okay, I will run over that little son of a bitch. I will run over a little toddler. I will not see him when I'm backing up. When you're backing up, there is no backup camera. This thing needs a backup camera because you don't know how far you are from the parking stop or anything. So you have to be super cognizant and careful. Yesterday I found myself opening the door to try to see the edge, but you got to be careful doing all that because this thing has carbon fiber lips and this and that, so you don't want to wreck anything. So you have to be extra careful. So backing up, it's pretty awful, but you know, it's not meant to, I don't think it's meant to daily or give a fuck about stuff like that. But yeah, there you have it. I just wanted to document the trip. I wanted to document my first initial impressions. By the way, it does have MagnaRide. This thing has a MagnaRide selectable Tour or Sport. I do not feel any fucking difference, like none at all. Also, this trans tunnel gets to about 10,000 degrees. I'm telling you, ridiculous, but it is very nice. I put my phone in here, and the back part of the phone has like a ring that you hold. Let me show you my phone. This part of the phone has like a ring to like sit down, you know, like to like lay it up on a table or something like that. Or you can, you know, put your finger in it in case you want to get it ripped off for whatever reason. But I put it in here, a couple hours driving, went to pick it up, burned my shit because this thing was blazing hot. It even gave me a hot battery signal, so be aware of that. This whole area is hot. If you put a drink in here, it will melt immediately. There is no waiting around. It will melt. I don't know if that's normal. I have no idea. But he has an aftermarket infotainment thing, so you plug it into your phone. It has Apple CarPlay and Android Play, or Apple Play. What the fuck you fucking Apple idiots call that shit. But overall, I'm really happy. It fits nice. It's low. The car is super low. So be on the lookout for a complete run-through video, and then performance specs. I'm gonna do 60 to 130. I'll see how it launches on the street. The clutch feels kind of suspect, so I got to take a look at that. It does a little noise that Cobras make when the clutch is worn, so we'll see if that's going on with that. But anyway, just wanted to bring you guys a video, and I wanted to thank you guys. Without you guys, the subscribers and the members especially, me buying one of the baddest stick cars ever built, King Daddy stick car, would not have been possible, especially this one. I want to thank Daniel Curry, the previous owner, who gave me a blazing deal. Guys, I'll tell you the story, the history on the car one day. This was the lowest price ZR1 that I could find in the country that wasn't salvage titled or anything weird like that. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Long trip, long day. I'm gonna move the Fairmont out. Hush Money's gonna sleep outside because this guy is gonna sleep inside for the time being. Thanks for listening. Talk to you later.